Hello, Facebook Live. Dr. Alex here, coming on today to discuss chronic pain, chronic symptoms, and helping you get your life back. Now, as I give everyone just a moment to attend, I'm going to double check over here on my other screen that everything is live and functioning. When things are live, it keeps everything spicy and interesting. Yep, perfect. Cool. And I can see your comments. Okay, so whether you are here live or you are here on the replay, welcome. So I will be doing free live trainings like this here and there to advocate for getting you better, getting your life back, healing your pain, healing your symptoms, and helping you understand why it is there in the first place, why other doctors have not gotten you better, and what to do about it. And if you're here, Angela, hello, we spoke yesterday. If you're here, feel free to join through the comments, communicate with me that way, and share where you are popping in from. So if you haven't already, I would advise to watch my free masterclass. So Angela, I know that you have watched my free masterclass and not everyone else in this community has. And so if you have not done that, I will link it when I'm done here. But if you have not done that, that is going to be the best way to gain more information on this type of work. So here I'm going to be doing mini lessons, mini trainings on understanding this concept of a whole. So this concept as a whole is very different from what your physicians have taught you, from what your family advocates for what most people in the world operate from. There's a paradigm of health, of medicine, of healing that operates under the notion that there is a symptom, and so that means that there's a problem. And so when there's a symptom and there's a problem, what we want to do is we want to fix the symptom. We want to fix the problem, right? And this happens through modern medicine, through medication, through surgery, and through injections. Okay, but when we break this down, and as many of you, if not all of you who are here, who are in chronic pain, having chronic symptoms, have experienced these methods, injections, medication, surgery, these treatment methods oftentimes are either ineffective, have temporary relief, or they simply mask the problem. They mask what's going on. They don't actually fix the problem, they mask it. So they numb it out. Most medication numbs you to the experience that's happening inside. So let's say we're having a bad day, and then we go home and we have 2 glasses of wine. So the bad day was not really dealt with, but we did numb it out through 2 glasses of wine. This is not to say that having a glass of wine or so to take the edge off is inherently wrong or inherently bad. But if you're understanding you had a bad day, you had a lot going on, and let's say that happens 10 days in a row, and 10 days in a row you come home and you have 2 glasses of wine. At this point, we are masking the symptom. The symptom is stress, overwhelm, anxiety. And it's not fixing the problem. But more importantly, it's not healing the problem. Because in a short-term method, drinking the wine actually does fix the problem. It fixes the sensation that we're stressed, that we're overwhelmed, that we're confused, that we're in a bad mood. It fixes the short-term problem, but it does not heal what is actually causing the problem. So if you go and you break your arm, and it's a really bad break and you're bleeding and whatnot, on your way to the hospital, maybe somebody stabilizes your arm and they wrap it up to control the bleeding. So that has fixed our short-term problem. But we have not healed the problem. In that scenario, we might need to go have surgery, have stitches. We might need to have a deeper healing happen. Modern medicine is phenomenal in these cases when it's acute and when it's structural in nature. So when there's a structural issue, like you broke your arm. But when it comes to things that are chronic, that are long-standing, and that have not been adequately improved by modern medicine, by modern methods, even chiropractic, even physical therapy. I'm a chiropractor. There's something else going on. There's a new paradigm we have to operate from. Paradigm is a new way of thinking, of understanding how things work, a framework for how things work. So we've been operating under the framework of, we have a pain, we have a symptom, we have something that we don't like, so we fix the problem. And by fixing the problem, really what we do is we mask the symptom. So we just numb it out. We don't actually heal anything. We don't actually rectify and come to a true long-lasting solution. We come to a short-term fix. So it gets us by temporarily, and then we're fine until the actual problem rears its head again, because we haven't dealt with the core root issue. Right? We can do whatever we can do to not think about the thing, to not feel the thing, to not acknowledge the thing. But then when we actually take the time to sit with it, there's a deeper invitation for healing. And so when it comes to women in chronic pain with chronic symptoms, these women, like you, this was me as well for a long time, we need to shift our way of understanding why these symptoms are there. We have to shift our paradigm. We have to shift from fixing a problem to healing a reaction. So when you, let's say you put your hand on something that's hot on a stove and you burn your hand. The fact that your hand was burned and your body sensed fear, danger, is good. It protects you, because if you were to keep your hand on there for much longer, you would have a serious injury. So the fact that you have a negative reaction, a painful reaction, in this scenario, if you touch a hot burner, is helpful. It's positive. It's your body actually trying to protect you. So when we think about chronic pain and symptoms, maybe this is chronic symptoms oftentimes look like overthinking, anxiety, chronic fatigue, chronic brain fog, chronic depression, headaches, and then pain can look like I've had patients say that they're diagnosed with fibromyalgia, polymyalgia, low back pain, neck pain, joint pain. All of these symptoms is pain that are going on over time. And when you've seen other physicians, you've seen therapists, you've seen your GP, you've seen a physical therapist, you might have even seen a orthopedic or a neurologist or whatever, and you're realizing that what they can offer you gives you short-term relief, if any relief at all. So now you're frustrated, now you're confused, now you're not understanding. You're like, what is going on? Because I know something is not right inside of my body. I know that. I live there and it feels not correct. And when things feel incorrect in our system, in our body like that, and then figures of authority around us, like doctors and physicians in healthcare, tell us there's nothing they can do, or they've done all that they can do, then we feel defeated and we feel hopeless and we feel like, wait, well, is something wrong with me? I must be even more broken than I thought that I was, because if the person that's supposed to be in charge to help me is not able to help me and I still know something's wrong, what's going on? So now we have alarm bells going off internally. Just like when you touch a hot burner and your hand burns, and your body says, alarm bells, stop touching that. When you have chronic pain and chronic symptoms and no one can help you, that triggers alarm bells. Danger. Something's wrong. And then the more we show up for our life each and every day, knowing that something is wrong, but not having the fact that something is wrong be validated by anybody else outside of us, especially the people that are supposed to help us, now something's really wrong. Alarm bells, alarm bells, alarm bells, alarm bells, alarm bells. Now we're stuck in the loop. We have chronic pain, we have overthinking, we have chronic fatigue, we have no motivation. Over, all the time. And now no one can help us. So now we have one problem, and now we have another problem, and then we have a problem because we don't know what to do about these problems. So now the level of alarm bells going off inside of our system are just like, it's an absolute chaotic, insane, panic, 911 situation internally. And the thing that controls everything in our body, the mothership of the whole body, functions on two premises. The thing that controls everything in your body, your blood flow, your hormones, your reabsorption, your skin, your bowel movements, that thing has two modes. I'm safe, I'm not safe. When the alarm bells are going off because of this, that, and the third, what mode do you think that internal system that's guiding you is in? You think it feels safe? You think it feels not safe? It does not feel safe. It feels danger. So now it feels complete danger. Something's wrong. I need help. No one can help me. The people that are supposed to help me have abandoned, have not understood, have not validated my experience. The thing in control here, that's controlling every system in your body that detects this danger, these inner alarm bells, it's called your nervous system. Structurally speaking, your nervous system is your brain, your brainstem, your spinal cord, and your peripheral nerves. Goes from here, down to here, down all the way here, and the nerves come off of the spinal cord here, and they tell everything in your body what to do. What do you think keeps your lungs breathing at night when you're asleep? Your heart beating. What do you think tells your small intestine to secrete this acid and then tells your large intestine to get rid of that toxin? Are you consciously thinking about this, any of this? Are you like, okay, body, now it's time to release HCl and break down this carbohydrate in my body? No, your body has an intelligence about it. It does it on its own. That intelligence keeps you breathing when you're asleep. Gets you more blood flow to your muscles when you're running, when you're working out. Tells your blood flow where to go, depending on what's going on. Tells your lungs to breathe. Might tell your lungs to breathe a little bit more if you go into a higher altitude. Tells your lungs to breathe when you're asleep. You don't have to think about this. It's automatic. It's called your autonomic nervous system. Your nervous system has two modes. I'm safe or I'm not safe. Kind of like, you know, when you're really hungry and then to the point to where you get hangry and you're so hangry that you actually become not yourself. You might become a little bit mean or irritable or feisty or like, vicious because you're hangry. And then when you eat, you're a different person. It's like, I'm hungry, I'm hangry. And then I eat, and all is well. Your nervous system is like that. It has two modes. I'm safe, I'm not safe, or I'm safe. That's how the body works. Very binary in that way. The nervous system is very binary in that way. Medically speaking, this is called your sympathetic nervous system. That is, I'm not safe, there's danger. And your parasympathetic nervous system. That's, I'm safe, all is well, I'm okay. So now that you have chronic pain, chronic symptoms, medical system has gaslit you, people in your life don't understand, they say nothing looks wrong, everything looks fine, everything, and now you're just having these internal 911 panic, but it's deep inside. What mode do you think your nervous system is in? I'm not safe. I need to protect myself. I need help. I'm not okay. And it is understanding the nature of the nervous system that will change our paradigm, that will change our framework. Will change the way we think about everything in our body and in our life. There might be certain people in your life where you could already detect, ooh, I do not feel safe around this person. When I say safe, this can mean I might not feel safe to stand up for myself. Or I might not feel safe to call this person out. Or I might not feel safe to speak my truth and be vulnerable and not have it weaponized and turned against me. There's psychological safety. Nervous system can't tell the difference. Nervous system cannot tell if there's a gun to your head, if you're stressed out about finances, or if you're around an emotionally immature person or even an abuser. Nervous system just says, all these things are not safe. I'm not okay. It goes into danger mode. When our nervous system is in danger mode, it was designed to do that short term, temporarily. It was designed to do that when you actually weren't safe. If there's a burglar, if there's someone chasing you in the wild, if your life's in danger, short-term stress or life-threatening stress. But when we live our life, our whole entire life, from a young age, maybe our parents, maybe who we've gotten romantically involved with, maybe a sibling, maybe a teacher, maybe a friend group. And when we've been exposed to environments that aren't safe, where we don't feel safe, maybe where we were abused, where we were taken advantage of, where we were betrayed, manipulated, lied to, deceived, the nervous system starts to not feel safe again and again and again and again and again and again. Whether you mentally realize this is happening or not, your nervous system knows. It's intelligent. Until one day, the nervous system has had enough experiences of not feeling safe that one day there's the straw that broke the camel's back. And the nervous system clicks into I'm not safe all of the time. Gets stuck here. When it gets stuck here, all the system, your nervous system is in control of, all the functions, your skin, your ability to calm down, your ability to relax, to feel peace, to feel joy, to feel confident, to feel trusting, your muscles. Imagine you don't feel safe, your muscles are like this. All that gets clicked on to I'm not safe 24/7. So nervous system stays in I'm not safe all the time. And it just lives there. And when it happens over time, the functions of the body become so distorted that it starts manifesting itself as ailments, as symptoms, as pain. All the times you didn't feel safe in your relationship, or with your mom, or with your dad, or with your sibling, or at school, and you weren't accepted, and you weren't honored, and you weren't respected, and you weren't cherished, and you weren't allowed to mess up, and you weren't allowed to make a mistake. All these times add up, till one day your nervous system can't take anymore. And it It's been holding on to that for so long that that tension deep inside starts showing up as low back pain, starts showing up as chronic fatigue. You can't take it anymore. Body's spending all the energy to not address all of these traumatic instances. Just, it can't take it anymore. It's too much. Results in overthinking. When we overthink so much, it's because we can't feel. The more we think, the less we're feeling. And I don't want to feel. Guess what I would be feeling? I would be feeling danger zone alarm bells inside of my body. I don't want to feel that, so I'm going to think more. This is all unconscious. This is all happening on an autonomic level, beyond your awareness. Anxiety, depression, it's the nervous system stuck and locked in this mode of lack of safety. It's called sympathetic overdrive. So if you take this, I'm going to show you an example. You take this cup. You see all these little ice cubes here. You see all of the little marbles. Each of these are a memory. You not feeling safe. When you were disrespected. When you were dismissed. When someone minimized your experience. When you were taken advantage of. When you were betrayed. When you were lied to. When you were cheated on. When you were neglected. When you were rejected. When you were abused. All these, every single one. This goes to the top. Nervous system doesn't feel safe. And then you go to the doctor and you say, I have anxiety. I have chronic muscle pain. I have low energy. And the doctor says, your scans look fine. Or here's a pill. Here's an injection. Here's an exercise. Nothing quite fits the bill. No one's talking about this. No one's considering all these memories, all these moments. No doctor asks about this. They don't relate what you're going through physically with what's happened emotionally. Nervous system doesn't discriminate. If you've got a gun to your head, or if you're being lied to and you find out, nervous system can't tell the difference. Both are, I'm not safe. Both create a fear memory in your system, in your unconscious. Both affect the physical body equally. And until we switch our thinking to this framework, we won't get better. The thoughts won't stop. The pain won't stop. The fatigue won't go away until we switch our paradigm. And the paradigm to heal a symptom, not just fix it, not just numb a problem, but to heal it from the inside out, means starting to dissect all of the memories when we did not feel safe. Each of them. And we start metabolizing this. We start breaking these down. These start getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And then your nervous system has more and more and more and more space to feel at peace, to feel confident, to feel assured, to feel hope, to feel joy, to feel good in your body. But we've got to release what we've been holding on to, or else the nervous system won't click back to mode. It won't click back to a parasympathetic mode. So where in your life have you not felt safe? Physically, emotionally, psychologically, sexually, interrelationally, financially? Make a list. And start to consider the framework that the emotional memories, the emotional fear associated with this, sadness, anger, it's still there, still in your body. And that is the contribution to your nervous system staying clicked into a mode that's keeping you having chronic pain and chronic symptoms. Knowing that there's another way to heal will already start to dissolve the frustration of the medical system failing you. They weren't taught this. Big Pharma doesn't sponsor this. I wasn't even taught all of this in chiropractic school, and it's holistic. So even just knowing that another framework exists and is effective will start to calm down the fact that, oh, this is why nothing's worked. There's another way, but it's a completely different framework. I've got to educate myself to it. I've got to consider it. I've got to contemplate it. I've got to question it. I've got to find the resonance there. How is this applicable to me? How could this be involved in what I'm dealing with? And then you go into reflection and you think about your memories where you didn't feel safe, and you think about time again. And when you just moved on, when you just kept being strong, when you just kept pushing through. When you pushed it to the side, when you decided to forgive, when it might have been something unforgivable, when you decided to minimize the experience. It's all stuck in there. It doesn't go away until we feel it, until we process it, until we acknowledge the truth of what we've been through. When you do that, your pain goes down, overthinking goes down, your energy goes up, your focus goes up, your peace goes up, your hope, your joy, your vitality. This is the process. So I want you to reflect on this. Reflect on your moments of a lack of safety in life. During your episodes of overthinking, of anxiety, of depression, of pain, fatigue, and even before. Go all the way back. Go to childhood. Go to middle school. Go to high school. Go to college. Go to adolescent. See how much has to be processed and cleared. That's the type of work that I do with my clients. So if you have not already watched my free webinar, I'm going to link it below. If you can feel truth in what I'm saying, there's an opportunity to book a one-on-one. One-on-one's going to hear what you've been through individually, see if we can still reverse your nervous system and click it back to where it needs to go. With every day that passes, these guys, they don't go anywhere. The alarm bells compound. The alarm bells are looking for an answer, looking for help, but it's looking in the wrong place when it comes to modern medicine. We've got to do this work. We've got to get honest. We've got to get vulnerable. We've got to be willing and available and ready to confront what we haven't fully faced yet. Nervous system will naturally calm down. Symptoms will naturally go away. Energy will go up. So will focus, so will hope, so will peace, so will joy. Takes time, takes a process, dedication, and commitment. But you deserve that. So if you want to learn more about all this work, I go much deeper into it in my free masterclass. So I'll link that down below. If you want to learn more from there, you can have an opportunity for a one-on-one. I will see you guys on the next free training.